As a society, we all tend to look towards experts for answers to our questions. We ask our friends, who are hardly any experts, whether or not we should waste money on more clothes that we don't need. We ask our parents for life advice. We look up to the government for economic solutions, and most importantly to the gay rights movement. We value and trust what scientists have to say. Now, as a gay person myself, I'll be the first to admit that homosexuality can be a very strange concept to accept, especially scientifically. Humans, in their most basic sense, are meant to reproduce, so why would there be certain people who wouldn't be able to? For decades within American society, the LGBTQ community was considered mentally deranged. And the American Psychological Association, or the APA for short, classified homosexuality on their list of mental illnesses as a degree of mental insanity. The impact that this had on the gay community was remarkable. Though to truly understand the impact of this definition on both the gay community itself and the American people's perception of them, it's important to note that the APA defined a mental illness as something that caused distress in a person and inhibited human ability. This definition simply set the tone for how the public should view gay people. It told them that they were not capable and that they were not equal. It opened up pathways of discrimination, and it all came from the most world-renowned and well-trusted psychological association. But where there's discrimination, there is always a fight back. And so, the gay rights movement sprung into action. They quickly targeted the APA, and by going to their doorstep and simply giving speeches and campaigning straight to their faces at their meetings, they were able to force the APA to redefine homosexuality in their famous 1973 Act. Following these strong efforts came a new scientific consensus that homosexuality did not affect a person's ability to function. This small distinction made a world of change. Suddenly, people were now viewing gays and straight people as equals in the mental state, and all of these preconceived notions and opinions of gay people slowly began to dissemble themselves. The profound political and social effect that this redefinition had on American politics and society was immediately seen only 4 months after this redefinition, when the first openly lesbian woman was elected into public office in 1974 in Ann Arbor, Michigan. The speed with which the APA's redefinition's effects were seen within American society is 100% accredited to the fact that we do look up to experts for validation on our opinions. So, when the largest psychological association and the most well-trusted and world-renowned one came out and said that homosexuality was no longer a mental illness and that they were mentally equal, it had a huge impact. People were no longer questioning, are they healthy, are they safe? Now they were looking at them as people. This opened up huge gateways in the gay rights movement itself, as people were now classifying gay rights as civil rights and as human rights. This makes the APA's decision to redefine homosexuality the biggest advancement in the gay rights movement, as it now acts as a foundation for every single progression that we have since had. But despite all of these advancements in our society, it's very important to note that there is still a Supreme Court case going on that is battling whether or not gay people should be able to be fired only on the pretense of their sexual orientation. In 28 U.S. states, that's more than half of our country, and including our own Pennsylvania, this law still stands. You can walk into work today, come out as gay, and immediately be fired. So, it begs the question, why, more than 50 years after the scientific community came to a consensus that homosexuality is not a determining factor on somebody's work ability, are we now regressing to our old thoughts and even re-questioning this? I can't answer that, but I will say that change takes time. And as an LGBTQ member myself, I'm extremely hopeful that the APA's redefinition and their now more modernized definitions of gender and sexual orientation will once again make a huge impact on our society. Thank you.